Okay, this video is going to be for the fat ladies. I know tons of fat ladies, and you can only say so much in person, so I can say more stuff in this video, which I'm going to do. I also looked at a recent video I made, Vegan Prayers. It's just joking about making veganism into religion. I never got so many dislikes on per number of people who've seen it as I got on that video. So I guess people didn't find it too funny. Anyways, okay, now time to save the fat women, and a lot can be done to help them. So this is a great painting here by Winslow Homer, Lifeline, and I'm going to save all these fat women if they want to be saved. And here's the Mona Lisa, and you know, everybody talks about the Mona Lisa being such a great painting. That's all BS. Nobody really likes it. It's just sort of promoted because they want to promote Leonardo da Vinci. It's not even really, shouldn't even be up there. Leonardo da Vinci is nothing compared to Michelangelo. But anyways, we'll get back to that sort of thing later. All right. Here is the classic painting of Pygmalion. So Pygmalion was the name of the sculptor who made statues, and then he fell in love with the statue. The statue was named Galatea, and this is a painting by Jean-Léon Gérôme from the 1890s. It's a great painting. So this is almost like the fantasy of, you know, you teach the woman how to, you know, get her act together, and then she'll fall in love with you, and then who knows what'll happen after that. We'll leave it at that. All right, but anyways, we're going to get to the good stuff to help you out here in just one sec. I think it's the next slide. Okay, so here it is. I know tons and tons of women who are really fat. And I know from just talking to them. I don't say it. A lot of stuff, you can't say it in person, but they've given up on themselves. And they're frustrated in their own mind. They think they've tried all the diets. They've given up that they could ever become fat. They can ever become skinny. They're considering bariatric surgery. They're scared, but what other choice is there is how they think. And I do know a lot of women who've had bariatric surgery. And I also know a lot of complications with bariatric surgery. In my personal experience with it, it's much more dangerous than people think it is. I once had a friend of a friend who told me about his lady friend going for bariatric surgery. I said, tell her to talk to me. But she kind of knew me a little bit, and she was too embarrassed to talk to me. So she goes and has major surgery. You know, she did well for a year, lost tons of weight, then her stomach perforated. She had, you know, intestinal contents spilled over her abdomen, major surgery for that. I have another friend whose daughter had surgery. She's having all kinds of neurologic complications from B12 or something else. I don't even know what it is. And these are just the people I personally know, not to mention patients and stuff I don't know. Bariatric surgery, it can work pretty well, but it's dangerous, and it doesn't necessarily work long term. Garth Davis talked about that a lot in his book Proteinaholic, how his patients would do great for about 2-3 years, and then they would start drifting back into obesity if they didn't also change their diet. And I also know what happens. I see these women. I see them around a bunch of other women. And, you know, they see these other women sort of controlling their boyfriends and husbands, you know, having their own personal servant, basically. And they, like, kind of wish that they could have that. They miss out on a lot of things in life. And, you know, like I said, they've given up. And so I talk to these women a lot of times, just, you know, pleasant, brief conversations especially. But what I'm saying here is you don't need to give up on yourself. It's totally doable. You have to go vegan, low fat, very low fat vegan, and you have to stay that way the rest of your life. But it works, okay? And it's not that big of a deal. You just have to recognize meat is a poison. No meat, no animal products, no dairy products, none, zero. And it has to be zero. It can't be a little bit or you'll never lose the weight. No oil, not one drop. No processed food, not one drop. If you do this, you'll lose the weight. Anything you ever wanted in terms of becoming skinny again, it's possible, but you just have to eat the way skinny people eat. Now, I know some skinny people eat poorly, but percentage-wise, and look at Asia before 1970, everybody's skinny that eats a rice-based diet, all of them, but they were eating, you know, over 80% of their calories from rice. And any of these starches will do it. If there was a way, so, I mean, that's basically the answer. Very low-fat vegan. I got other videos about how to lose the weight, how to lose weight quickly. Chef AJ's book is probably the best one ever on weight loss, Secrets of Ultimate Weight Loss. But what I'm telling you, it's right here. It's sitting right in front of you, so don't be lazy. Don't be a wimp. But you have to go full go. You can't just do something for a month and expect to get the results. You have to commit to this. It's a way of life. You do it every day. If you're taking any medications, let your doctor know because the dosages are probably going to be reduced. It's pretty routine. People go vegan and they come off all their medications. But what I'm trying to tell you is there is hope for you. You don't have to give up on yourself. I know tons of women. They never have a boyfriend. They never get married. They're all sad. And it doesn't have to be that way. I'm just letting you know. Okay, so here, I think I got another picture or two here. I like all these paintings. Okay, so here is your new life, like be born again, like the birth of Venus here. Let's see, and here is your new life. This is that last painting, Birth of Venus, was by Botticelli, from the 1400s. And here's also Botticelli's painting, Primavera, Spring. So this could be your life. You don't have to be fat. It's really a choice. Just have to go low-fat vegan and you'll lose all the weight. Epidemiology proves that that's what works. You don't hear about it because it doesn't get hyped because there's no money in it. Anyways, good luck to you.